this is Annette with Sun to Shine Astrology and Tarot, and I got a much anticipated deck. I'm very, very excited to unbox. Oh, got a little rip in it. That's okay. To unbox the Heaven and Earth Tarot. This is by Jack SEPHIROTH and JAYMI ELFORD. It contains 78 colored cards and 160 page color book. It's by Los Garabao. And I'm so glad that they're like stepping up their game here. It says the Heaven and Earth Tarot is about the deep and unique connection between the human and the divine, between the spirit and what is material, between eternity and the present moment. In a way, the tarot works because every day exists within a higher realm of the divine, and while the divine exists within every action and emotion of every day. Jack's artwork, is a vision. Jack SEPHIROTH's artwork is a vision and are rooted in the images with Jack SEPHIROTH's artwork and vision are rooted in the images of the Waite Smith system and blend with the absolute mastery, with the deeper occult and wisdom of the Thoth deck. JAYMI ELFORD wrote the companion book, bringing additional insights to the symbols of each card. Thank you. A guide that is sure to bring surprises and reflections to the beginner and the experts alike. Sorry. So excited. So here's the box. I am so freaking jazzed to go through this. I got it at work and then I put it away because I'm like, I don't want to like really get into it because I wanted to do it with you guys. And here's the booklet. Does not have a picture. Oh, so the minor arcana don't have pictures with them, but the majors do. We'll go through the book a little bit. I'm not a person that dives really deep into the books with you guys, but it says Unlocking the Meaning of the Heaven and Earth Tarot. This book contains information for each one of the 78 cards. The descriptions are divided into 5 sections as it relates to a different way to interpret and approach the card. That'll be interesting to see. Oh, I love this, guys. So in here, it gives you guys the card number, the card, the keyword, the Hebrew letter, and the Hebrew letter meaning. I love that because when I first started out doing this, I had to buy like multiple books to get all of this information that you're just getting in one book. So I like that. So it says how to use the descriptions of the cards. Section 1 is a description of the card image. Section 2 gives you many different ways to read the card in a broad sense. Section 3 decodes the symbols seen in the card's title area. Section 4 includes 3 to 6 questions to ask yourself when working with the card. Section 5 gives you ways to apply the transformative power of the card meanings to your life. Okay. And so if you can see, it gives you a nice big color page of the card. Ooh, I love this. It gives you the astrological correspondence. Oh, I love that so much. You just don't know how many books I had to buy to like figure all this stuff out on my own. So if you have the Fool's card, right? Shows the Fool card. It shows the image. It talks to you about the image. It talks to you about the heavenly interpretations. It talks to you about the earthly interpretations. So it has a keyword, a Hebrew letter, a correspondences, upright meanings, and reversed meanings. And then questions. When the Fool appears in your readings, it kind of gives you that information. And then it talks about transformation. Wow, that's really cool, guys. take a look at the minors and see if there's anything special about the minor stuff going on in this book. Okay, I don't know how many of you are book sniffers, but oh my God, this book smells so good, like right off the printer. It's just yummy. It's like when it goes by my nose, it's like, I don't know. I like the smell of WD-42 and gas, so I don't know. Okay. So I like this. It breaks it down and it gives the suit of cups and it breaks down the cards and then the keywords for each card. That is very clever. And then it's much the same as far as in just the, it doesn't give you like the full picture, but it does give you the full interpretation. Ooh, I was just looking at this because you know how some have pages, some have knaves, some have prince and princesses. So it looks like this has a Princess of Cups, a Knight of Cups, a Queen of Cups, and a King of Cups. Okay. And then let's take a look here at the back of the book. I drink a lot of coffee, so I'm a little shaky, sorry. Because I love my coffee so deeply. Okay. Oh, I really like this. This is another neat little helpful thing for some of you that really tune into energy and do a lot of energy work. It talks about the elemental associations of the suits and the court cards. So for instance, the Princess of Cups is the water of earth. The Knight of Cups is water of fire. Queen of Cups is water of water. And then the King of Cups is water of air. I'm so going to obsess over this book for a while. I'm digging this so much. I'm exploring the spreads. We have the past, present, future one. Where will you go and what do you need is this one. And then as above, so below. Dig that spread. Your first reading gives a conclusion, place to write down your guys' personal notes. So great book. Lo Scarabeo. Finally, you're making freaking books. I hate your little chintzy, stinking white book. I hate them so bad. It makes me not buy their decks. So thank you for making a real book. Like, sorry, got on a tangent, but I hate those little white books so bad. The boxes, I don't know, pretty standard, nothing spectacular. Their boxes, I don't think are like amazing. So here is the first image. Talks about going, seeing them on Instagram. This is the name of this deck. Okay, let's try. First of all, we'll look at the backs. High gloss, by the way, and they're very slippery, very slippery. Cardstock is US game stock, which is great for all of you guys that don't like stiff cards. Okay, so here is the Fool. Very cute. And I want you guys to take a look at all the imagery that we have down here. So we have Aquarius, looks like Uranus. It's, we have an air. I'm just interested. So if we were to break this down, let's look at the, we'll only do it with this one card until I like pull a couple just to read on. But let's do this together. Magician. Okay. So if we were to, yeah. Okay, so let's break this down, right? I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this right here. So it says the keyword is innocence. And then the Hebrew letter is Aleph, meaning ox. So that must be this little ox symbol right here, right? And then there's the little Hebrew letter. I'm trying to do this with you. And then we have the air element, which you see right here. We have Uranus, and we have the Aquarian symbol here, and then we have Uranus right here. And it says, upright meaning is new journey, beginnings, innocence, freedom, push through the challenges, playful behavior, and leap of faith. The reverse meaning is reluctance to change, sorry. Being blocked, desire to stay where you are, feeling restrained, fixed position, unblock yourself. And then I like the questions that come along with this card. It says, what happens when the Fool walks off the cliff? What items does the Fool keep in their bag? What does the color white mean to you? Is the dog helping or hindering the Fool? And what is the Fool thinking of? Where are they going? This is a great card because, like, whatever's around it is probably the most significant thing when it comes to that card. Okay, so let's continue to go. Now that we understand, like, all this neat symbolism at the bottom down here. So we have the Magician, and that it has the Virgo symbol. It looks like Gemini. Mercury, because Mercury rules both Virgo and Gemini. And it's manifesting, right? So it makes sense that it's on this card. And I'm sorry, but those abs, lickable. Hello, how are you, Mr. Magician? Whew. Okay. Then we have the High Priestess. We have Cancer represented here. We have the Moon. I'm not sure about the Hebrew letters. I'm sorry. I'll learn them. Isn't that stunning imagery? Like, oh, this deck is like for real. Okay, then we have the Empress. We have Taurus, Libra, ruled by Venus. Both of these are. And then Venus is represented up here. Isn't that pretty? We have the Emperor. So it's Mars, Aries. Mars rules Aries. You can see the Aries symbol up here. You can see the rams. So this is going to be one of my new favorite astrology decks. I've been getting a lot lately. I'm so happy to see these being incorporated, but I do want to learn the Thoth system. We have the Hierophant. We have Venus represented in Taurus here. I like the dove flying away, representing faith and peace and harmony. All the elements are represented here. Okay, we have the Lovers, and we have Mercury and Gemini. And this is a divine union. I like that they distinguish between the trees. It almost is like this is the moon's energy, this is the sun's energy. I could be wrong. I would have to read that card. It's really beautiful. Okay, so we have the Chariot here. And the Chariot does have the black and white Sphinx here as normal. It's got the moons represented for intuition, being led where to go. We have the Moon, and we have Cancer energy represented here. Very in tune with your intuition, where it's telling you to go. That could be very different conversation than where you're logically supposed to go, right? And then we have the Strength card here. And she's soothing this lion. So that's the first thing I noticed when I saw this, is how soothing her energy is to this lion. Calming. How strong you have to be the calm one in the room when there's something that's very high energy. You're the calm one. You're the strong one, not reacting to the situation. That's what strength means to me sometimes too. But it's got the Sun and it's got the Leo represented here. Okay. We have the Hermit. We have Mercury and Virgo represented here. And Mercury, the Mercury mind, it's a lot different from the Gemini mind. The Gemini mind is very reactive to stimuli directly around it. It is very, it goes with the flow. It mutates and adapts quite easily, and it's like a shapeshifter in the mind. A Virgo mind sees the potential of the energy around it, sees the way that things should look or should be, and is very critical of whether or not everything is functioning, whether or not it seems to be performing at its peak, whether or not there's something that doesn't need to be improved, or if there's something that could be done to, you know, make either those people feel better, or to make, to create a much more peaceful way of thinking, or to be more mentally adaptable. How can you get that to happen? I mean, energy goes so deep with the Virgo mind. That's why the Hermit has to take time to process. The Hermit is processing, right? The Mercury mind that's in Gemini doesn't process it at the deep level of the Hermit. The Gemini mind processes it. It goes in, it goes out, and it reacts immediately. Very, very adaptable. These two energies are so completely different. Okay, these are slippery, so sorry about that. This is the Wheel of Fortune, and it has Sagittarius, it has Pisces on it, and Jupiter, because Pisces and Jupiter are both ruled by beautiful, benefic Jupiter. And Jupiter is a planet that blesses you in this lifetime. It expands your boundaries. It creates the potential in your life. It really shakes things up, and that's why you have the ups and downs in the Wheel card, is because the lows dive really deep into what needs to be elevated into the highs, right? Okay. We have Justice, and we have, it's Venus with Libra, and this is a very, very, very classic depiction of beautiful Justice card, where Justice should be blind, but she has the sword in the other hand to lay down the law when it's necessary to. Fair, peace, harmonious, that kind of stuff. It's ruled by that. And then we have the Hanged Man here. We have water energy represented. And we have Pisces, and we have Neptune energy on here. So this is diving into the subconscious, because Pisces energy rules the subconscious mind. I love the depictions lately that when the Hanged Man is hanging, he's in reverse of the physical realm. He is in the subconscious realm, in the spiritual realm. And that dives you deep into the crevices of every part of your subconscious mind. So it's almost like you regress in energy when you go back to the subconscious mind, right? Because you're reflecting, and you're rehashing, and you're rethinking, and you're in just this moment of like pondering. But this is an intentional card to do that. It's like you need to take time to think, you know. That's what happens when we get in that card. We have the Death card, and we have Mars represented here. We have Pluto represented here, and Scorpio. So Scorpio energy is ruled by two planets, by Mars and Pluto, and that's why it's represented here, because a Plutonian message is death and destruction, which is what death can do to your life. It can end things. But Mars energy is taking the action to deal with this ending, to deal with this transitioning moment, to have faith through the process. You know what I'm saying? It's also the energy that if something scary is coming, it makes you run away from it. It's your survival instincts down to its basic core, right? All right. We have Temperance here, and we see Jupiter and Sagittarius represented here. And I love this arrow pointing up to the your third eye, because really the Sagittarian mind is a whole different realm. Jupiter is going in, when Jupiter touches you and Sagittarian touches you, It expands all logic. It expands your thinking. It breaks free from conventional restrictive thinking and opens it up and creates a broad perspective, right? So whatever Jupiter touches, it expands. And if it's touching this volcanic moment over here for you to have your realization, okay, because sometimes it takes a moment of like explosive energy and high emotions for us to be aware that, oh, we've pushed this person too far, or this is getting out of hand now. You know what I mean? And then there's that clarity that comes from that. And then there's the action that you create after that. It's a really beautiful energy. But it is about, Temperance is, Jupiter's excessive. So this is where our addictions can start to get out of control, where we can push the boundaries. It's like, well, maybe I might try that drug just because I've never tried it and I hear so many good things about it. Or maybe it's like, maybe it's Jupiter is like, I'm just going to go have fun, but I'm going to have fun to the nth degree. Temperance reminds us to moderate all of that. Yeah, push your boundaries, but don't jump off a cliff doing them. You know what I mean? Like, at least analyze whether or not there's any rocks in the water before you jump off the cliff, kind of thing. Whenever I see Temperance is my divine, she's like, I have a tapestry over my bed, and Temperance is always telling me, are you temperate? Have you drank enough water because you consumed coffee? Have you ate really good because you're really active right now? It just pulls me back into like, okay, let's get it done. We have the devil here represented, Saturn. Woo! And this is Capricorn energy, you can see represented here. And this card is always about our vices, where we lose power and where we are empowered in our lives. What we need more control over, because Saturn rules self-control or control. It rules karma. And so what have you done? You see these people change to this circumstance. What have you done to create this level of upheaval in your life? If the devil is coming in, what is triggering that vice? Like, what is triggering you? And Saturn pulls you back into that lesson, that deep place where you go through a lot to gain wisdom. It's a pretty intense card. Okay, we have the Chariots. All right, and the Chariot is just the typical depiction, right? We have this shocking, chaotic moment come in, this revelation, right? And then it kind of rocks our boat a little bit, like, shakes things up. It destabilizes our foundation. It breaks things free. It does a lot of stuff. But if you see, it's got Aries here. It's got Scorpio, and it's got Mars represented. So this is a card of deep action. Action is needed. You need to, whatever happened is going to initiate action, right? And when this happens, it is going to change things forever because Scorpio energy is involved in this card. All right, so we have this star here. It's a beautiful depiction. The one thing that I always do when I get a star in the star card in my reading is I want you just to dream about something and just focus on the big picture and to wish for that divinely guided wish, not for an ego-based wish, but for that. It's not like, oh, I want a new car. It's, oh, I want to be living my life's purpose kind of conversation with you. Saturn is involved in this conversation along with Uranus because both of them rule Aquarius. So if you're wishing for things that it's not for the greater good, it's not along your karmic path, it's not along your journey, this card sets it straight, realigns you and makes you believe, are you guys looking at this thing from the proper perspective, right? And Uranus is such a beautiful planet because chaos adds awareness. It's just not a lot of people really can handle the conversation that you have when you get a Uranian moment, because Uranus is just like one of those planets that's just, it's so unpredictable, right? And then we have the moon here, ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. This is Piscean energy. Piscean energy is hard because you've got these two dogs distracted by this emotion. Okay, this emotional, idyllic moment. You know, this beauty, this dream, you know, this dream state, this idyllic state. You're so caught up in the illumination of this emotional moment that you're forgetting that there is danger afoot, you know, and that you're not fully illuminated yet. That happens when you go from the moon's energy to the sun's energy. This illuminates the possibility. The sun manifests it. You understand what I'm saying? So they're looking up why this dangerous little crustacean is coming out of the water. This water represents the subconscious mind, right? The twin towers here is always, to me, represents, and this is the path to this divine moment, the path to achieving this idyllic state, right? But first you have to deal with everything that is deep within the subconscious mind and then the conscious mind. Pulling those two together can get you this idyllic state, but it's such a deep card. The moon is like, I could go on and on about that dang card. Okay, so we have the sun. The sun is the materialization of what your soul desires in this realm. That would be Leo, and that would be the sun, right? And the reason why a child is always depicted on the sun card is because it does represent, the sun is the ruler of Leo, and Leo energy is children. So that's why. Plus, it's children are, we're the happiest. We're before realizations happen, before our innocence is lost, before our optimism is lost to reality. Children, when we're in that childlike state, everything is exciting, everything is fun, everything is fresh and new. And so that's why it's often depicted on the cards as well. Okay, sorry about that. My roomie came home and so I had to stop. So we're going to continue now. All right, so we have Judgment. All right, so we have Scorpio, Pluto, represented on this card. This is fire-based energy right here. Judgment is one of those cards I like a lot because it's really honestly the release of judgment that I relate to so much with Judgment. And I'm sorry, my dog is partying in the background. I just took him for a big walk, so he's very spunky. You can hear him. So I love the fact that we have this moment where they're looking up from this situation that was oppressing them. You can feel the release in this card. A Plutonian moment, especially when it's associated with Scorpio energy, is transformative, right? It's a transition. Where there's an ending, there's a new beginning type of energy. And that's what, I don't know why that is like so loud over there, but whatever. So it's like this moment of releasing yourself from the harsh judgments of others, or from the criticisms of others, or from the oppressive judgments of others. And it's that moment where you get to just adapt to a new way of being. It's almost like that second lot in life, or that second chance, or that feeling of a learned lesson. And so you know that you'll never do that again. Judgment is just like, you know, whenever Judgment comes up, I always kind of look, it's one of the cards that to me deeply hinges on what's around it. Okay. Look how beautiful this World card is. You can feel the energy in this card. So we have Saturn represented here. I was just looking at all the stuff that they have here. So we have faith, Saturn, we have Capricorn, we have Uranus energy represented here. And it's just such a beautiful card, because when you get to the end of the major arcana, it's as if a new chapter is being revealed, or it's as if you finally figured things out, or it's the end of a really long karmic battle or journey. The World card is what goes up must come down, as above, so below kind of energy. It's how everything circulates and comes to be. Oh my, I don't know why my phone is like, it must be like how it plays on the light is how it adjusts the lighting. It's kind of interesting. Sorry about that. It's very pretty, very Taurian. Okay, so here we go. On to the minor arcana. So we have Neptune and water energy in this Ace of Cups represented here. I love this. Look at that, you guys. It's this beautiful, divinely guided moment, this opportunity when we get like an emotion, a new emotional opportunity for something coming in. It's just, it is a divine feeling. And we have love represented by the Two of Cups here. And I notice that it has its like keywords. And then we have water, we have Venus represented, and we have Cancer, and it looks like Uranus represented here. That is Uranus, right? So I'm going to take a minute and look up the Two of Cups, just because it's a different glyph, but I'm pretty sure that is the glyph. Sorry. Hello, where is the cups? My dog has to be chewing on his bone right now because that's just the way it goes. Shit. Okay, so one thing I noticed in the this, because I was looking through this, the book, is it doesn't have like the, see these little glyphs at the bottom? It doesn't have those in the minor arcana, so if you didn't know them, you would have to go look these up. That's kind of frustrating. See, books are like, I like this though. Let's take a look at this card anyway. So you have a dolphin going down, it's receiving, and a dolphin going up, that's giving, right? Sorry, they're really slippery just because they're brand new. And then Cancer energy with this Venus energy and this water-based energy. I feel like, you know, this is that moment when you kind of realize that, you know, you have this connection that you're getting as much as you're receiving. It's a mutual connection. There's chemistry, equal chemistry there. It's really pretty. They did that so pretty. Ooh, look at this one, you guys. So we have water, we have Mercury, Saturn, and Cancer energy depicted here. See that? And it says abundance on this card. Sorry, this is water, Mercury, Saturn, Cancer. This is abundance on this card. Look at that. I want you guys to see. Like, look at that. Do you love it? Oh, so pretty. Celebration. And then we have the, what does it say? It says blended pleasure. Sorry, you guys, there's a heavy sheen on this card, and this lighting, I sometimes can't see, so it might be a little jumpy here and there just because I have to be able to pull these up close enough. So this is going to be water, the moon, Jupiter, and Cancer. So Cancer energy is emotional. The moon it represents, our emotional self. Jupiter is the opportunity that's coming in that this person is turning its back to, because there's something deeply emotional going on with this character here. Indecisive. We have, that's interesting. It says loss and pleasure. And then it has water, Mars, and Scorpio energy depicted down here. It says loss and pleasure. And this is somebody who has a lot of abundance, could have a lot of abundance, but really caught up in this really great emotional, nostalgic memory. This feeling of this is more what I wanted. These maybe not what I might, maybe not what I want. I'm not sure. So I'm kind of hanging on to this past-based memory. Okay. And then we just have pleasure represented in this card. So this is the Six of Cups, and we have the Sun. We have Scorpio energy. We have water and the Sun. So the Sun is our soul, what connects us to our soul. Scorpio energy is what dives deep. So it's where we deeply store memories that help shape and form us, but good memories, good emotional moments, nostalgic moments, moments that when we shined the most in the past, Okay. And then we have Venus, we have Scorpio energy, we have water, and we have Venus represented down here. And Venus is the planet that rules what we hope to attract and materialize in the material realm, in our physical existence, right? And Venus energy can be very, very abundant, but if it's tied to Scorpio energy, then there's a lot of confusion about what you want. It's for you to have really went past this card, you would have to be really, really intuitively guided, knowing exactly what you want. But also one thing that I think about with this card is there's just so many emotional distractions, so many things pulling you in so many different directions, and it's hard to make this decision. Okay, so on this card we have Mercury, Pisces, water, Saturn represented. Anytime Saturn steps into a card and this full moon happens, you are closing a chapter. You are dealing with something karmic. You are learning a life lesson. And because it's Piscean energy is represented on here with the Mercury, I bet you idealized something and it didn't happen quite the way that you thought it would. And the reality was much different from the illusion. And so you're choosing to walk away from this illusion, even though this illusion was, you had so much invested in this emotional moment. Okay. So then we have let's see what this says. Ooh, this says material happiness. So this is manifesting happiness through emotional abundance through the material realm. And now we're at the moon, Pisces. We have Jupiter represented, and we have water energy. So this energy could help you deeply manifest, because we have the Nine of Cups here. Manifest your absolute happiness. When you manifest happiness, you have to emotionally feel like it's there, even if it's not there. That would be this Piscean moon here, this Piscean moon. You have to feel, you have to create a illusion that you have it so that you can feel that level of abundance. This could also be just Jupiter granting your wish for this emotional abundance to then materialize into your physical realm. It's also the wish card as far as in emotions. Okay, here we have the 10 of Cups. I hope I've been saying the name of the... I've been so distracted by all the cool stuff in here. So the 10 of Cups is obviously you've reached a pivotal moment where there is a sense of accomplishment and emotional accomplishment. And you feel very abundant and you feel very emotionally secure when you get a 10. It's a turning of a page. It's just, you know, some deep clarity about happiness, right? And this says perfected success. And it's Venus. We've got Pisces, water energy, and Mars here represented. So if Mars is in the card, it means you took actions. You did things to make this success happen. When it says perfected, meaning you worked at it to get this level of success. This wasn't just granted to you. It wasn't like you just won the lotto picking some numbers. This was like you worked hard to get here. With Venus and Pisces, this is something that you wanted to attract, an idyllic situation, right? Okay. All right, so let's look at this one. We now have the Prince of Cups, or Princess of Cups. And she is earth and water. So this is learning how to control your emotions and ground them. When you're young, you learn how to master your emotional realm. And the Princess of Cups, that's what she's doing. She's mastering the emotional realm. Okay. Next one we have is the Knight of Cups. And he is fire and he is water. And look, it's Pisces. It looks, okay. So we have Aquarius represented here. Right? Yes, Aquarius with 2 Pisces. That's very interesting. So the crab up here just represents intuition. Look at the peacock up here, peacocking. Whenever I see the Knight of Cups, I always think of peacocking, of putting your best foot forward, of showing emotional resilience, or you're stronger than you perceive to be, or you just, I don't know, like, you know how you put on a front for people sometimes? You mask the way you feel, and you appear stronger than you are. This person may look emotionally detached, but technically is deeply attached to emotion because he is very intuitive. Okay, next one we have is the Queen of Cups here. And we have, she's very heavily water. She's got Pisces energy here with the Cancer energy. So she can absolutely, look at her moon here. She can, if you see the crustacean coming out of her cup, right? She is in control of this aggressive little crustacean. I don't know if you've ever been like snapped by them, but they're pretty painful. She is very in tune with her water energy. She's very strong. She's very adaptable. She's not rigid in her emotional expectations, so therefore she goes with the flow, but has mastered the flow of that energy, meaning she can put that energy where she wants it to manifest its most pleasurable, and there's a level of security in knowing that she has control over emotions and being able to adapt. She's not rigid or stuck in that emotional realm. What is flying fuck. Okay. So in this card, hubba, hi, you King of Cups, you. How you doing? Like, damn. Mama want that King of Cup. Sorry. So we have an eagle represented up here. And, yep, and down here too. So as above, so below. So very broad perspective. This King of Cups, who is an air spirit, and he's got some water energy in him. This is Scorpio energy along with Libra. So very realistic, understands the light and the dark, equally can manipulate his energy in both realms, his emotional energy in both realms, and has control over both realms. So the subconscious mind and the conscious mind is represented on this card as well. He is just fierce. Ooh, look at his arm here. Taming the serpent. So this is, he's not controlled by his emotional vices. You know what I mean? Like he's in control of his emotional vices, my bad. So he doesn't succumb emotionally to instability. Okay, so here we have the Ace of Pentacles. That's Neptune, and that is Earth energy. So this is something that you deeply want on an ideal level coming into your life, because that's the Neptunian energy. This is creativity. This is materializing something and creating it from a place inside of you, because that's Neptunian. Ooh, look at the magic in this card. Like, it's so seductive. Okay, so we have this Uranus moment with Capricorn. We have Earth energy, and we have Jupiter represented. We have the yin and the yang. I also see black and white. I see a waffling, wavering, going back and forth, trying to make a decision. We have water and earth represented here. So this is, you are trying to manifest something in the material realm, but there's an element of chaos in it. There's an element that is, you're seeking stability, but there are things to figure out that could change the direction of what you're trying to manifest in this card. There's some very benefic energy in here because Jupiter's in here, but whatever direction you go when you make your mind up about what to materialize, it's going to create an element of chaos. Let's put it this way. And chaos could just be change in general, especially with a Capricorn. Okay, and then we have material work. And so this person's working. These people are guiding this person on how to create whatever he's creating. Working on this in the material realm. So you have Earth, Saturn, Capricorn, and Mars. So this is something that you're being asked to take action on. You are being guided. This is one of those lessons that you learn that through doing and through taking action, it creates the lesson in itself. And then the Capricorn is to bring in material abundance, success, and recognition into your life for your hard work, for your authentic footprint. Okay. So then we have the earthly power is what it says. And this is the Four of Pentacles. The last one was the Three of Pentacles. I need to remember to say it because I just keep going to the cards. So this one is Jupiter, Capricorn, Earth energy, and the Sun. So Sun represents the soul's purpose, Jupiter is expansion, and Capricorn energy is to create your life path destiny. That's why all of the elements are represented here, because you need all of them to materialize this level of abundance in your life, right? Interesting. That usually means something else, but okay. I like that representation. So then we have material trouble. So this is a card of loss and instability. We have Mars, Taurus, we have Earth energy, and then we have Mercury. So this is having faith because of the Taurus energy, that your circumstances will change. You know, this is taking actions that can get you out of your situation, especially if it has to do with some sort of financial issue. And then Mercury is reacting to your situation. But keeping level-headed and keeping grounded is the ideal state of this card, right? All right. So we have material success. Look how stunningly beautiful she is. My beautiful redhead. Love me a good redhead. So this is the Sun, Taurus energy, Earth, and the Moon. So this is a feeling, this is the Sun and the Moon, which I think is the balance between the scales here, right? And so the Sun is getting what you want. And whatever you're centering your life around, you're becoming abundant in, you're attracting it into your existence. But the Moon is giving back. So the Moon could also be receptive, and then the Sun could be the giving part of it. But this is a card of giving and receiving, which is why there's two scales here. It's because this person has abundance and is weighing out the benefit of giving and receiving, which is the Sun and the Moon. Okay, so then we have success. Oh, okay. Success unfulfilled. This is Taurus energy, lofty goals. This is Venus, want to materialize in the physical realm. Saturn, this is discipline. This is those hard lessons when we work really, really hard at something and we don't succeed at it. Try and get. You know what I mean? Like, keep going, keep pushing through. The discipline and the failure and the can lead to the next level of success in the earthly realm, right? Okay. All right, then we have, prudence. And this is the 8, that was the 7 of Pentacles. This is the 8 of Pentacles. And the 8 of Pentacles is Mercury, Virgo. Virgo and glyphs. Virgo and Scorpio look very different, except for Virgo just has this flip down, just if you don't know anything about the glyphs. So this is Mercury, Virgo. So Mercury rules Virgo. And then we have the Sun represented here. And then we have Earth. So this is you working hard. This is you developing more efficient processes. This is you becoming organized, detail-oriented. This is you really zeroing in on what you want and making a plan and a goal. Okay. And then we have this one. We have the material. What is that? 9 Pentacles. My bad, I couldn't read it because of the glare. It's material gain. It's got a unique little font. I like the font, I just couldn't read it. So this is the Moon, Virgo, Earth energy, and Venus energy here. So this is the wish card for the material realm. What do you wish for in the material realm? Now, when you wish for something in the material realm, you have to feel like you have it. Anybody who knows anything about materializing anything knows that there's a level of feeling associated with this. It's also the feeling of abundance once you receive it. It's that feeling of success. And it's because, to be quite honest with you, you could have as many physical things as you want in the world, right? But here's the thing. What you really want when it comes to the word abundance is emotional fulfillment and abundance in that moment, right? And so it's actually the need to feel emotionally abundant, even though we're in a pentacle conversation, which is the physical realm. So this is all your hard work paid off. You're feeling emotionally fulfilled. This is sustained. This is something that you can count on for a really long time, and you attracted this. Okay. So then we have the wealth. We have Venus, Virgo, we have Earth energy and Mercury. And this is the 10 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Pentacles is wealth. And the word wealth has to do not so much with abundance as it is a feeling of success, a feeling of accomplishment, a feeling of validation for all the hard work that you put in. There's a sense of security. There's a sense of longevity when you talk about this card. That's what all of those signs mean. Okay, so then we have the Princess of Pentacles, which is Earth energy, grounding your expectations. Are they realistic? You know, are they really something that you deeply want? And these little things are blinking so hardcore. Do I like it? No. There. I feel like the blinking was driving me bananas. Sorry. I had to change the setting on my crystals. So the Princess of Pentacles, she is being grounded. She's being taught how to be realistic. She's taught to minimize her expectations and think about longevity and not instantaneous gratification. She's also focused on stability and longevity and goals. Okay. And then this is the Knight of Pentacles. You see fire represented here. We have Earth, we have Virgo energy, and we have the Leo energy in this card. So this is somebody that's very confident, secure. This is somebody that has no fear. This is somebody that's highly analytical. So once they make a decision, is not scared. Look at this beautiful, look at the wisdom that you've attained. You know, this is cautious, using your mind and your momentum at the same time, right? Highly intuitive and highly instinctual in this card. Okay, then we have the Queen of Pentacles. We have water-based energy, we have Earth energy, and if you see down here, we have Capricorn and we have Sagittarius energy. Look at her. She's got a goat here. That's Capricorn. And look at her. She's got her goat up here. Beautiful Queen of Pentacles. I like this too, this energy here behind her. Highly intuitive, highly instinctual, makes really good decisions in the material realm, always manifests what she wants. She's very, very successful and can easily materialize things. But if you look at her, she has a very simple way, like even her, if you look at in this particular throne, it's a very simple throne. So she's a very simple person. Her wants and needs are more for longevity instead of the sheer glitz of it all. This is a person who, with the Sagittarius energy, is really all about the freedom that comes along with being successful in the material realm. You're able to do things, test your boundaries, go and be able to pursue anything you want if your foundation's nice and solid. Okay, then you have the King of Pentacles here. We have air and we have earth represented. We have Taurus energy and we have Aries right there. So really like that. Like, I love all the little nuances in the cards. They're very, you can look at these cards for a while and pick up different things. Like, look, isn't that pretty? So the bull, stubborn like the bull, is represented in this. But I was just seeing, just very pretty. Sorry, I had to look at it. I haven't really looked at this card. So this is somebody who has been in it for the long haul, somebody who has put in a lot of work. They've been steady, predictable. Longevity was always the goal. And this is somebody who is slow, steady growth, but it is one hell of a foundation, right? Then we have the Ace of Wands, and you see Neptune and you see fire-based energy. So the Ace of Wands is that spark, that passion, that sheer motivation. Where does it come from? You know, you get fired up. Like, what fires you up? What triggers that need to take action? I mean, that's what this card's all about. Fire energy always has you take action. Then we have Domination. Okay. So we have Uranus, we have Aries, we have Mars, and we have fire-based energy. So this is somebody with lofty goals, somebody who has lots of big plans, somebody who wants to conquer the world, somebody who wants to go out there and experience as much as they can, travel the distances, post everything on Instagram and be like, here, I've conquered this mountain, or I've traveled across this sea, or here's my map of places I've been. It's kind of like that kind of guy. Okay, then we have established strength. Sorry. The font on this is kicking my butt with my eyes. I'm old though, so I won't do that with yours. But we have Saturn, Aries, we have fire and the sun. So yeah, this is quite the energy, because Saturn and Aries together, let's talk about those two energies together. Aries energy is where everything starts. Saturn is where everything ends in the zodiac, right? And the sun is the center. So this is where, on a soul-based level, everything starts and where it ends. Is making a decision, making a plan, proceeding. It's that you've weighed everything out, and now this is the direction that you're going in. Okay. All right, we have perfected work. This is the Four of Wands. So we have Jupiter, Aries, fire, and Venus. What you wanted to attract into the material realm, you materialized. This is something that you feel is an accomplishment that you're excited about. It's something that feels very benefic and blessed, and you feel very happy that you've had this moment. It's something that you're very passionate and fired up about. Okay, this is Strife. We have Mars depicted here. We have Leo energy here. Very interesting. Okay. We have, so we have Mars, we have Leo. Oh, we have fire-based energy, and we have Saturn. This is a life lesson. This is your 5 of Wands. The last one was the 4 of Wands. I hope I said that. 4 of Wands. This is the 5 of Wands. I keep forgetting. So 5 of Wands in here. 5s are a lesson, especially when Saturn's sitting in here. It's a lesson. You focused on something, you were centering your life around it, and it did not manifest. You know, it was that school of hard knocks. There was a loss of some kind in there. There was some wisdom to be attained. There was a greater purpose to this particular event in your life. You know, it's like you may start out focusing on it, but it may help your soul grow and just manifest what it's always supposed to manifest. When we have Aries energy, if we have this Mars-based energy in here, it's that action that's what gets us to go after it, but then it truly leads you to that life lesson. You get passionate, fired up about something, and you learn your lesson. Then we have the 6 of Wands, and this is victory. So again, the 6 is always kind of linked to the Lover's card, so there's always some reward. So this is fire, Jupiter, the Sun, and Leo energy here depicted. So this is something that you worked really hard at, you were really passionate about, and you achieved a level of success in. It's a reward, right? More importantly, guys, it's recognition as well, which Leos love being the center of attention, and they like lots of recognition, so that's associated with that as well. So then we have Valor. This is the 7 of Wands, and we have Venus, Leo, we have the fire sign, and we have Mars represented here. So this is a very defensive card. This is a card that says, I believe in this, I'm going to defend it, I'm going to take action, because I'm not backing down from this, because this is what I want to attract into my life, and I don't really care what other people say. I don't really care how many people try to veer me off course, or try to fight me, or try to maybe discourage me. It doesn't matter. I'm certain this is what I want to do, and I'm going to fight for it. Okay, so we have the 8 of Wands. This is swiftness. Mercury is the swiftest planet in the zodiac. So it rules swift thinking, agility, fast, adaptability. It's in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the elevated mind. This would be like 9th house energy. So that's the part of your mind that's elevated thinking. Whereas like university level thinking, whereas Mercury thinking is more like the formidable years thinking kind of thing. Then we have fire-based energy, and we have Mercury represented over here. So this is reacting quickly to change. This is the both of these, Mercury and Sagittarian. That's adaptable. That's mutable. That's going with the flow. That's changing. That's morphing. Whatever it is, it's positive. Positive movement when you get into that 8. And 8 is just ambition and success in numerology. So then we have the 9 of Wands. And this is great strength. I love that terminology. We have the moon represented here. We have Sagittarius, we have fire-based energy, and we have the moon again. So this is when you push yourself to endure on an emotional level. This is you're stubborn. You're not going to back down, because Sagittarius energy can be really belligerent and really argumentative and debatable. And so this is, you're not backing down. You are completing this task. You don't care what it's done to you. You don't care what it takes. You know, you're not done. And if it takes all of your emotional strength to do it, so be it. You're going to beat this. Then we have the 10 here. We have oppression. This is, we have Venus represented here. We have Sagittarius. We have fire-based energy, and we have Saturn. So in this card, this is a burden. Oppression is a suppression of something. It is the weight of something. It is the resistance of something. So this is Saturn giving you, so for me, this card always usually represents some level of ego. Your ego really wanted something. Saturn knew this was a life lesson. It was always going to be a life lesson for you. Your ego persevered and went through the different actions, all these different actions to achieve it, but failed. But sometimes we succeed in the failure of something. If at first you don't succeed, try again. This is maybe completely look at this from a different angle. That would be your Sagittarian energy here. Maybe you need to look at this from a different angle. You need to find a different resource. Maybe this is, you need to collaborate. Maybe you need to pull in, level up your thinking. Maybe you need to listen to different people's perspectives. To achieve this goal, there's something more that you need to do in order to achieve this goal. Or this is just plain giving up on this level, at this level, and taking action in a different way. Okay. Beautiful. Look at her. Fierce ass. Yes. Princess of friggin' Wands. Yeah. She is earth here and fire. Ooh, girl, look at that. Ooh. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Like, dang. This is fierce energy. Not scared. No hesitation. This is moving forward and just whatever happens, happens kind of energy. I can always relate to that card. Then we have the Knight of Wands. Let's see what's up here. Oh, look at that. It's like a Pegasus. Oh, it's so pretty. But it has, so it has fire, and then it has Scorpio energy and Sagittarian energy on it. Sure, fire signs. So this is no hesitation. Throwing it all to the wind. This is like you, this is like that, the action that you take to move towards something that you really want, and you are going to do whatever it takes to get it. This is foolhardy. This is risky behavior. You know, this is lots of things. This is the ability to not second guess yourself. Okay. We have the Queen of Wands. And we have, on here, we have fire-based, and we have fire and water. We have Piscean and Aries energies. So Pisces is at the end of the zodiac, and Aries is the beginning of the zodiac. So again, this is one of those things. It's the end and the beginning. It's the two opposing elements as well. We've got water and we've got fire represented here. It's the level of wisdom that is achieved by understanding polarity, by understanding as above, so below kind of thinking. It's the clarity that happens when you are in tune with your emotional self as well as your physical self, right? And merging those two. It's your ego, but it's also connected to spirit, that kind of thinking. All right. And we have the Knight of Wands here. We have air, we have fire, And we have Cancer and we have Leo energy here. Highly intuitive. Oops, sorry. Highly intuitive. We've got this fierce lion, which is all this Leo energy, this fire-based energy. Leo energy is our connection to source. It is, we are the king of our jungle, right? We are the king of our world. Our sun revolves, everything that our life revolves around. We are the sun, and everything that is in our life is revolving around us, our sun, right? It's our center, and it's our soul's purpose. So when you're the king, which, hi Abs, how you doing? Damn, look at that arm right there. You know what I'm saying? I love me a good physical body, man. I love it so much. This is my downfall, man. He's egotistical, not rational, not going to listen a whole lot because he is just fixated and he is just not going to let it go, dude. It's all balls, no glory. This is all man, masculine energy. Okay, then we are on our final suit, which is the Ace of Swords. You can see in this card that it is Neptune. We have air. So again, it's that idyllic thought, those thoughts that manifest things, those ideal fantasies that you have. They literally are fantasies, right? Okay. We have peace. So we have Uranus in Libra. We have air energy, and we have the moon. This is, to me, peace is making a decision that is aligned with something that you're intuitively guided to make, but also seems to make a rational, logical sense. The two swords represent the emotional self and the rational, logical self. And a lot of us struggle with the balance between those two worlds because a lot of people think they lose power if they're emotional. And they're not. But most of us don't have control over our emotions, and so therefore we don't trust them. So therefore then we lean heavily, either we're overly emotional in our thinking or we're overly rationalized. We rationalize our thinking too much and we don't go after what our emotions need. So it's just the weighing of those two worlds. Sorry, I was looking at the card. All right. Brutal card always is. I hate this card so much. Sorrow. We have Saturn, Libra. Sorry, we have Saturn, Libra. This is the 3 of Swords. That was the 2 of Swords. We have Earth energy and we have Saturn right here. Okay. Partnerships, relationships, partnerships, bonds, and unions is Libra energy. They are mirrors of who we are. We walk around this world just being us, but we don't realize who we are until we attract what we attract into our lives. And then what we attract into our lives teaches us so much about ourselves. What our strengths are, what our weaknesses are, how much we need people, how much we don't need people. It's such a strong gauge, and it forms us into the karmic being that we were always meant to be, our highest potential. Others help us evolve. And so the Saturn lesson is in the pain of these lessons, because there's only 2 instincts we truly deeply have. We have seek pleasure or run away from pain, right? Avoid pain. Those are the most basic instincts we need. And there's different levels of instincts. In this card, it's like we went after something that we wanted, and that was, we thought that we understood what that lesson was, and then when we didn't get it and we experienced some level of disappointment, loss, which the swords are the mind, then it's just the release and the let go of that lesson, the learning of that lesson, and then the not repeating the lesson, hopefully. How many people do that? But whatever, ideally. And then we have rest from strife. So he's got the sword here. He's got these 3 swords up here. This is thinking. This is taking a time out, because we have Jupiter in Libra. we have air, and we have Jupiter again. So this is, I need a timeout. I need to reconnect with myself. I need to do some self-care, some self-love. I need to do some self-reflection. I need to get a hold of my thoughts. I need to remember, you know, like think about this thing down here, but how am I feeling? Checking in with yourself. Okay. Then we have defeat. It's a tough card. Lots of energy in this card, of course. And then if you look here, we have air energy, we have Venus, we have Mars, and we have Aquarius energy represented here. So Aquarius energy is an unexpected defeat, an unexpected realization coming from somebody. This is literally like that card of like you didn't expect that out of that person. You didn't realize they were capable of doing something like that. And so you're walking away, but there is like a sense of loss. You lost something in this realization. And this card always just represents nobody won this bet. Nobody won this. Sure, this one person may have got these swords, you know, and these other two swords had to be laid down, but this person is losing because they're looking back at this person, these people that they're losing. This is something they'll carry with them, something that may haunt them, something that they may regret, something that they may revisit during a retrograde cycle, to be honest with you. Especially when it's like a Venus retrograde cycle or any kind of Uranian. And be careful, karma, because it's a biatch. Okay. Then we have earth success, or excuse me, earned success. That's what it says in the font. It says moving forward. And as you see these birds flying up here, and they're moving in the direction that's away from this strife, right? So you have the sun, Aquarius, earth energy with Mercury right there. This is moving away. It's usually a journey. Earn success. Could be an accomplishment. You could be moving to the next level, so therefore a transition is needed. We have unstable effort. This is Venus, Uranus, air, and the moon. So this card is usually an emotionally manipulative card. This is those smooth talkers that unexpectedly do something that you have to learn from. This is you attracted something into your life. You've got to figure out why you attracted this, because this is a game changer for you. But this is deeply an emotionally charged moment of, if anything, there's two ways that you can read this card. This is, this person got away with it. They emotionally manipulated you and they got away with it. Or this is just this person is choosing to leave some things behind. And they're moving forward with just this bit. This is minimalizing. Could be lots of things. Doesn't have to be that. But that was the 7 of Swords, by the way. This was the 6 of Swords. 8 of Swords here. So this is shortened. Oh, I gotta read this one. This font is killing me, Smalls. Oh, it is force. It looks kind of like fence. It's shortened force, sorry. My bad, I need better glasses. Okay, so then we have Mercury with Gemini here represented. And then we have air energy and Jupiter. So this is, the universe is wanting you to expand and grow and, you know, break free and expand your boundaries, because that's a Jupiter world. And the Mercury energy in this Gemini is there's the light and the darkness that's always associated with the duality in this energy. So sure, I can break free and I can move forward and I could change and I could grow from this moment. But I'm stuck in this comfort zone and it's really hard and it feels unsafe, and there's a hesitation in this card to have this moment where you get to have this level of security and you need to just go, you need to take this risk, right? It's like you don't feel secure in it. It's like it's a self-imposed prison basically, because there's an opportunity and you're not taking it up. So then we have the despair and cruelty. It's sad because this is like the prettiest card in every deck to me, but it's also just the hardest card when you get it, like in your reading. That it's Moon, Gemini, we have Earth energy, and we have Mars. So this is the mind having control over us on an emotional level. This is a deeply, these thoughts are deeply emotional, right? This is needing to develop self-control. This is anxiety. But this is just you releasing and letting go of not getting what you wanted, or being disappointed, or being hurt, or being experiencing a loss of any kind. Like, it's the cruelty of our thoughts. Our mind is freaking so powerful. If we could just break free from it for 5 minutes, we could just move on, but our mind has ultimate control over us. And then this is reunion. What is this? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, this is ruin. And it has Earth, the Sun, it has Venus, and it has Gemini energy on it. So it's the light and the dark. It's the duality of trying to strive, and it's failure and success, right? Because sometimes from a point of failure is actually where we can actually manifest success from, right? Something you deeply wanted, something you were really centered and focused on, and you were hoping to attract it into the material realm, the Venus energy, but the duality of it, maybe you didn't understand or you didn't see. It's being stabbed in the back. It's kind of like the hidden jargon in contracts that you didn't read about. You know, it's that, you know, you get this random bill and you don't know where it comes from. It's like not being fully aware and fully informed. Okay, then we have the Princess of Swords here, and if you look, it's got the Earth energy, and it's got Earth energy and it's got air energy. I'll let you see that close. Hopefully, there we go. I'm gonna refocus. There you go, pumpkin. All right. The Princess it's very excited. There's a lot of energy. The world is huge and big, and so much to learn about, so much to explore, so many things for expansion. I mean, so many different ways to expand your life. It's very exciting. It's the difference between spirit and the physical realm. It's finding your life purpose and balancing the both. It's such an exciting time when you get like the Princess or the Page or the Knave. Okay, then we have the Knight of Swords. This person is fierce. And if you look at it here, this is Earth energy. This is fire-based energy. We've got Taurus and we've got Gemini energy here. So this is something you want to manifest in the material realm. There is a level of duality and a level of risk that's involved in this. This isn't being stubborn. This is being well informed to take this risk. This is having utter faith in taking and moving forward and going after this. But it's also well laid out plans. It is, you have researched it. You've formulated a rational and logical approach to it before you went and charged in. It's Wands energy is like, I'm just going for it. But like whenever you get like Swords energy, you're more rational with that. You have to have a level of research that went into it, or you have to seek somebody who knows a lot about it or something. We have the Queen of Swords here. Look at her face. She's not looking at you. She's not connected to looking at you. She is very consumed with her level of understanding in the situation. She is looking ahead. She is looking out, but she is not connecting with you. So she's very detached. She's divinely guided. And if you look here, so the Queen of Swords, she's got air and fire-based energy, or excuse me, water-based energy. So she's intuitive because of the moon. And she's connected to materializing this in the physical realm, right? But then she has the Virgo energy and she has Libra. So she is really intelligent, an analytical approach. She would never be attracted to somebody who is just hot. You would have to engage her mind. You would have to be full of possibilities. You would have to be able to help her materialize whatever she desires. You would have to have the level of ambition, or you would have to have something that she wanted in order to attract her attention. That's why she's not looking at you, you know? Finally, the final card in here is Hubba Hubba Hubba. The men in this deck are like delish. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords here. We have Earth energy. Then we have Capricorn energy and Aquarius energy right here. You look up here. Look at that. So one thing that I like that we see in this card is discipline. Like look down here. This is a very rational, logical individual, but connected to spirit and to the divine. This is somebody who really, honestly, is above most people. Somebody who's in control, somebody who's in a position of authority, somebody who is, somebody who's very elevated. You would seek this person out to make a good decision. They would give you really good advice. This is somebody who's willing to lay down the law. There is the ramification for the abuse of power in this card. It's a really beautiful energy, and with all of the energy represented, the elemental representation of energy, but also just you could go on the numerology. There's a lot of symbolism in the deck. There's just, in general, it's a very beautiful deck. One complaint I have is diversity, and this deck is not depicted. Having said that, not every single deck to me needs to be highly diverse. But in something this beautiful, I think would have been really cool if they could have stretched their boundaries and made this a much more diverse deck, only because there's such diversity in the spiritual community, and I think it would appeal to a grander audience. I'm very, and the glossiness, slidiness, it's going to be hard to film, but it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. I can't say enough about it. You could get it off of Amazon. I think it was $40, and I love it so much. And it's just, if you love astrology, get this deck. This is going to go in my astrology series as well, because it's definitely something that you need to have if you're a tarot reader, but you love your astrology. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching. Much love to all of you, and just go out there and be the change you want to see in the world.